So we are now into the fourth video, and this is about testing the little self-latching rung that we built in the previous video. So in the previous video we added a start button to our first rung on the motor, and we added a contact to self-latch the motor, and we added a stop button, normally closed contact stop button to break and stop the motor. Break the contact, stop the motor. So now what we're going to do is test the program. To test the program, we're going to build a little visualization to simulate what's happening. So go to the third tab across. In Visualizations, right click and add object and give it a name. I'm going to call it Visualization 1. The system doesn't like spaces here either, so if you want to put a space in, use an underscore. So this is the visualization space. This is where we'll build the simulation. So to begin with, we need a start button. So this little OK is a button, and once you click it, draw a button. Double click and we can give some details. So text, I'm going to call it start button. And it's an input, so in the input area I can choose to make this a toggle input or a top input. So a toggle button, it acts like a detent switch or a detent button. So when you press it and let go, it'll stay on, and when you press it again it will go off. Whereas a top will act like a normal momentary push button, where if your finger is on the button, it's on, and if you let go, it's off. So I want to use top. So tick the little box, and into the text box area press F2, and I'm going to link this one to my start button. And that's OK. So we have a start button. We need a stop button. You could click here and draw another stop button, another button, like so, or what you can also do is highlight the one that you have and press Ctrl C to copy and Ctrl V to paste. So you can do it like this, but you must be very careful to change the variables within it. So I'm changing this to stop button, and in the input area I'm going to highlight this and delete it. Press F2, link it to my stop button. I've got a start and a stop button. I now need a method of simulating the motor. So what I'm going to do is draw an ellipse. Double click on it, text, I'm going to call it motor 1. And this time I want this piece of drawing I want it to change colour whenever the motor is active. So I'm going to go to colors, and in its normal state, so this is color inside. In its normal state I'm going to make it grey, and in its alarm state, so that's when it's active, I'm going to make it orange, for example. So now we know it needs to change colour. It also needs to know when to change colour. So if we go to variables, change colour area, click in that space, press F2, I want it to change colour when the motor is active. So this is our little simulation almost complete. I'm going to project build, 0 errors, 0 warnings. That's all fine. And I'm going to now test the system. So if I go to online and click the simulation mode, and then into online again and log in, and into online and run. So I'm in simulation mode, I've logged in, and I've set it to run. If I click my start button now, my motor is active, and if I click my stop button, my motor goes off. And if I drag this down a little bit, you're able to see it happening in the program. So start button, you can see now the motor is running. You can see the start button isn't active because there's a break here in the contact, but the motor has self-latched. This contact is closed and it's holding, keeping the motor running. And if I press stop, that breaks the contact and the motor goes off. So that's our first little visualization or simulation. So come back to the next video where I will add a timer